The rapid rate of change in the global education system has forced teachers to change their way of teaching and learning. The question here is, how far our teachers are ready to cope with these challenges? Hi everyone, my name is Hiong Chang from Department of Student Affairs, Sarawak Matriculation College. Together with me, Dr. Mazlina Ghazali from Faculty of Cognitive Sciences, Sarawak University, Malaysia, will be presenting our papers on the career readiness among trainee teachers in Sarawak, a mixed method approach. A little background about myself. Graduated from Bachelor of Education, Guidance and Counseling, University Putra, Malaysia. Master Science in Counseling, University Sarawak, Malaysia. Having 17 years of working experience with teens and adults ranging from secondary school, education office, Trainee Teachers Institute, and Matriculation College. The present study aims to identify level of career readiness and perceived barriers towards teaching profession among trainee teachers in Sarawak using mixed method approach. Trainee teachers from 4 teaching training institutions in Sarawak were chosen for this research. Specifically, quantitative data was obtained from 86 respondents and 4 participants for qualitative study. In a nutshell, findings indicated low level of dysfunctional career thinking, while several themes were extracted as individual perceived barriers which might restrain trainee teachers' career readiness. My experience working with trainee teachers, listening to their part of the story about challenges they faced as students, children, friends, and of course as trainee teachers, I understand they have a lot in their plates trying their best to play every role. Coupled up with the recent unforeseen circumstances caused by the pandemic, trainee teachers were forced to adapt in a whole new learning and teaching environment. So it gets me to think, how far are our trainee teachers ready to enter the profession after graduating? The most pertinent focus in this study is to explore in depth the nuance of obstacles and challenges affecting their career readiness. So with this direction, we have built our research objectives and questions as below. Number 1, to identify level of career readiness among trainee teachers in Sarawak by assessing the levels of dysfunctional career thinking. Number 2, to explore individual perceived barriers cognitively, attitudinally, skills and knowledge barriers in terms of career readiness among trainee teachers in Sarawak. This study utilized a mixed method conversion design by merging quantitative and qualitative results to provide a more detailed findings. Samples were taken from 86 respondents and 4 participants of final year students, or specifically trainee teachers out of 4 training institutions in Sarawak, Malaysia, by using cluster random sampling and purposive sampling. Instruments were used in this research is a back-translated Malay version of Career Thoughts Inventory by Ibrahim Arif and Bistamin 2015. Results and findings from descriptive analysis indicated that majority of respondents had low dysfunctional career thinking, thus depict a higher career readiness. Previous studies explain this notion. Because trainee teachers already possess a clear vocational identity towards joining the education workforce. For your information, Teacher Training Institute's program in Malaysia requires students to undergo 3 times of practicum in schools within their 5 years degree program. To support this finding, results also shown that majority respondents obtain low decision-making confusion and commitment anxiety, which means they're unlikely to engage in negative thoughts or struggling with issue of responsibility when making career decisions. Through analysis, we also found that significant others can have a strong influence or determine trainee teachers' career decision-making. Conformingly, thematic analysis revealed all participants perceive themselves as career-ready towards being a future educator. Even so, they have shared some self-perceived barriers, including knowledge, cognitive, attitudinal, and skills barriers that we shouldn't overlook. For example, participants reviewed pedagogical content knowledge and lack of practical knowledge can hinder career readiness because teachers' competency has effect towards one's outcome, expectations, and self-efficacy. Whereas lack of self-management and individual characteristics were uncovered under attitudinal barriers. When a teacher fails to manage him or herself well, it may lead to stress and burnout due to overwhelming workload and other life demands. Little by little, teachers start to lose confidence and passion in the profession. Trainee teachers also see that lack of certain skills such as communication, pedagogical practices, and digital skills as important to determine one's career readiness. An interesting finding from this study was, for all participants, joining the teaching training program was not their initial plan for furthering studies after secondary school. 2 of them took up the program to lessen financial burden of their family, as trainee teachers were given allowances monthly basis. Others chose the program after persuaded by their parents. Study also found that support of significant others has strong impact toward trainee teachers' career decisions. Although there were some self-perceived barriers that may disrupt their career readiness, but these participants, they adopt an acceptance mindset or rida in Islam, despite knowing the challenges they may face in the future, but they chose to accept it with an open heart. We hope that through this study may encourage education counselors in creating a career intervention strategy, catering to the diversity needs of trainee teachers. Suggested by Sanson and Friends 2000, we can categorize the level of career readiness through 3 levels: high, moderate, and low. Students with high level of readiness can benefit from self-help services such as self-assessment. Those with moderate readiness are potentially served by brief staff-assisted services, while low readiness students may get help from individual case-managed services on personal level or counseling sessions. Meanwhile, institutions management can also look into upskilling and reskilling trainee teachers' communication and other career adaptability skills to cope with ever-changing professional environment. Incorporating happenstance learning theory will also help trainee teachers recognize and take advantage of chance events in their lives. This can initiate a learning process that encourages curiosity and helps them to take advantage of unplanned events such as being in the choice of teaching profession. As conclusion, trainee teachers' sense of career readiness is a useful indicator for teachers' awareness and can predict future performance in the profession. This study has highlighted 2 major factors to determine this readiness: through dysfunctional career thoughts and individual perceived career barriers. After all, when teachers are ready and productive, so will be our children and children of our children. Thank you.